My life points are fine, but my wallet points, those are another story.
Welcome to another video. Today we are playing some budget Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Blue Eyes very fun archetype. So I'll quickly go through the deck list. We'll go through a full detailed breakdown of the deck at the end of the video, and then we're going to jump into the game. So core idea of these budget decks is we try to use few of the ultras as possible. So for this deck list, I bought one copy of the Blue Eyes structure deck that's in the store, and that gave me a couple cards that are important. We got Melody. We got a copy of Blue Eyes also, which is important if you're playing Blue Eyes. And we got some just kind of cards that are SRs for the main deck. And we also got the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon and the Alternative Dragon. So that's why I'm only running one of these, of each of these. I don't think it's even necessarily right to run more. Alright, rest of the deck, I am taking advantage of the new Mirror Jade, Ice Blade, Jade Dragon structure deck that gives you a copy of this guy. And that is free for all players with the friend sharing thing. So that is those are the cards we're running that are free, and then also the cards that you are using from the new pack that brought us the Blue Eyes support. We got the Maiden, one copy of the Maiden of White. That's our first ultra rare that we're crafting. We're going to craft a second ultra rare. That's the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, which is very important for this deck to work. And the Ultimate Spirit Dragon, this is another new card. So that means we're not running a copy of the new Blue Eyes spell, which got released, because it is also an ultra rare. And we don't have that one because we're playing on budget. And if we can find related cards, we'll show it off. But we're skipping out on that card. Does that mean it's bad? No. If you have any copies of it, you should be definitely playing it. The Wishes for Eyes of Blue. You should be playing this card. All right, probably at 3. If you're playing Blue Eyes if you can. But for the budget version, we're skipping out on it. So, you know, your deck will be better if you fit it in. But otherwise, you can definitely build it without it. And it'll still be good. So, that's that. Let's get to the games. And we'll do a full breakdown later. Let's go. Alright, on to game number 1. With the budget Blue Eyes. With our triple ultra rare. So, key card. Alright, Parares map lets you search for your Sage with Eyes of Blue. And this card, alright, you have to activate it first. You're playing this if you're playing regular full budget Blue Eyes. You'll be playing 3 copies of this, alright? But you search a level 1 monster, or a monster with 0 attack, sorry. Monster with 0 attack, goes to your hand. But you can't activate its effects till you normal summon it. So that's why we go, this is the Sage. Get the Sage, normal summon the Sage. And then since we have another one in the hand, we normal summon it so we can activate the hand effect. That's the plan. Alright, that's the plan. But opponent doesn't like our plan. They're going to Ash Blossom. Old Maiden, alright, old Maiden we're playing also, because this card actually still can be pretty good. Also, if you're playing against Blue Eyes, what do you negate, alright? That's the hard choice. Do you negate the Sage, or do you negate the search of the field spell with the Spirit with Eyes of Blue? And that is a question our opponent has answered. They have said, I'm negating the Sage, but we'll see if we can punish them for that choice. Mausoleum of White, we search it with our Link 1, we get an additional normal summon. And we're going to use our normal summon of our tuner. And we're going to target our tuner, the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. And that's going to get us a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck. And it's going to get us a Blue Eyes White Dragon into the graveyard. Opponent Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell negating our Maiden. Since Maiden can summon from the graveyard, Ghost Bell going to negate it. So no Blue Eyes from the deck to the field, but we still get the one to the graveyard. So we're doing okay. Maiden negated. Send our Blue Eyes. And I am running 2 copies of Blue Eyes in this deck. You see the full power lists are actually running often 1 Blue Eyes only, but in the budget list, the second Blue Eyes really does help a lot. Let's summon that Blue Eyes from the graveyard and make our Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Now, what does Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon do? Neither player can special summon 2 monsters at the same time, or more. Not sure how often that effect is going to come up. But also, once per turn, you can negate an effect that activates in the graveyard. And then more importantly, you can quick effect tribute it, special summon a big Blue Eyes from the extra deck. Our extra deck is very budgety. Opponent playing Pressured Planet. We are going to immediately summon our big Blue Eyes. We are going to want our negate. Now, summoning big Blue Eyes this way is a bit of a risk since it's not properly summoned. We won't be able to get it to stick on the field. But to get that negate, it is sometimes important. Kashtira Ogre going to activate, and it's going to search for a Kashtira trap. So I am going to negate this. Negate the effect of search. Because opponent can't summon a second Kashtira easily here. They're going to look at the top 5 cards of our deck and banish one. So if we're paying attention, we'll know what we're going to draw next. But everything moves so fast, who knows? Opponent stealing our Roar. Summoning a Typhon. And going to battle and not activating the Typhon. Okay, so opponent could have activated this and bounced our Blue Eyes to the hand, which would send it to the extra deck. But maybe their thought process is probably, well, this is going to die anyway, so I'm going to let this die rather than letting them resummon it. So there goes to the graveyard zone, and we get nothing. But we get another turn. So that is not really nothing. Peri-Res map. Let's this time search for the Maiden of White. We got 2 normal summons thanks to the field spell, so let's just normal summon that onto the field. Target it, activate Maiden's effect, just like old school Maiden. If you target it, it activates special summons of Blue Eyes. Very nice. Just Maiden, but better. We're gonna get our old Maiden back. Oh yeah, that's the thing about old Maiden. New Maiden, sorry. New Maiden, you target it, and you can special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a level 1 tuner from the graveyard. So that's why we got our old school Maiden, and now old school Maiden has been targeted. We're gonna get 2 Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes from the graveyard, and Blue Eyes from the deck. And this is the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. The one of fun of that people are playing alright in the full price list. Let's Bishop Druid Swarm. We do have to clear this little Starflare Typhon out of the way, and it is going to stop our Jet Dragon from triggering, so I do have to pop it with the SP Little Knight. Just the SP Little Knight summoning the Bishop Druid Swarm is going to send. Sorry, clarify that. Opponent, you were at 400 life points. I was not able to get lethal. Cast Your Fenrir is here, and a Blue Eyes is being revealed in the hand. Opponent got the alternative dragon, targeting my Little Knight. Now, this actually won't do anything, because Jet Dragon says that other cards we control can't be destroyed by card effects. But opponent didn't just go to battle phase and attack over my Little Knight, so I'm going to take advantage of that, and we're going to activate Little Knight. We're going to banish the Blue Eyes, banish the Cast Your Fenrir. So opponent has no Cast Yours on the field. Opponent can't attack with the Blue Eyes. They're going to activate Roar to summon a Blue Eyes from the deck or graveyard. I'm going to use my Ghost Spell and negate that. And opponent going to battle, can't attack. Blue Eyes comes back. Kashtira comes back. But I think we got 400 damage easily. Attack over Kashtira Fenrir. Summon the Abyssal Druid Swarm. Send that bad boy back to the hand zone. And that is lethal damage with the SP Little Knight. Very nice. Alright. SP Little Knight could have been in this game any Link 2 that you could summon. But we all know SP Little Knight goes in every deck. So you have to run your SP Little Knight. Very important. And that was a sweet game. Alright. Blue Eyes budget. Showing off the power. Alright. You don't need full budget, full power Blue Eyes to be a pro gamer with the Blue Eyes deck. Very strong new cards. Let's go on to the next one. To the next game. Opponent is going first. And you'll notice that our budget sideboard package involves some kaijus and a lot of Bistils. Bistils 10 out of 10 in this format, alright? A lot of people running Dark Light monsters. Opponent, though, playing a Yugioh. Thankfully, our kaiju lines up very nicely against this. So we have the one kaiju. Every Bistil in the hand. Give him a nice little kaiju. Opponent gonna Ash Blossom us. Unfortunately, we have the field spell in the hand, so our Link 1 doesn't do too much. But, this is fine. We're gonna Mausoleum, send the Blue Eyes to our graveyard zone, and we can still summon the Blue Eyes. We can Spirit summon the Blue Eyes to the field, and Blue Eyes still, you know, chonky. 3,000 attacks, that's a lot. Opponent, Bestial of their own. We're gonna Bestial in response. Thank opponent for having this little Gadarwa here. We can dodge our opponent's Bestial with our Bestial, and get in there. Get in there for big damage. Opponent not dead, obviously. But we do have 2 Bistils, and opponent doesn't have a very solid hand because all they were able to do last turn was make a Phantom of Yubel. Right, Geki gonna activate, and opponent for some reason activating Bestial Druid Swarm in response. So all this means is that now our Bestial Druid Swarm is gonna send their Bestial Druid Swarm to the graveyard. So let's let this happen. I'm happy with this opponent. Not sure why he did this, but pro gamer move. Bestial activate. Send the Bestial. Opponent embarrassingly ending the turn after that big brain play. Ooh, and Maiden. Either Maiden is a nice draw. This is old Maiden. Target the old Maiden. Trigger, get a Blue Eyes. Opponent. No responses. Blue Eyes come back. send another Blue Eyes from the deck to the graveyard, and boost our little maiden. Summon the Abyssal Drillstorm, and I am not running any level 7 synchros in this deck, but you probably should. With this many Bystials, a level 7, if you have one ultra rare, there are a couple good ultra rare level 7s. We're not running it. Budget mode. Get him with the White Lightning, Blue Eyes. So beautiful. And I do think that of all the things Konami has done, you know, in the past, all their mistakes, making a good and fun to play Blue Eyes deck is just like a 10 out of 10 move. Love it. Let's go on to the next game. If you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe, and your comments, you know, they bring me back, because I took a long break from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I kept seeing people commenting that, you know, on my old videos being like, oh, these videos are great. And I was like, you know what? The people deserve more. So your comments matter, alright? That's what keeps me coming back. Let's get Ash Blossomed again. This is going to happen a lot, but, you know, we just tough through it. Spirit Dragon, get our Mausoleum. And you'll see we got the Incredible Ecclesiar. Why is this in the deck? It is a spellcaster, which means a level 4 spellcaster. We can make the Spirit Link monster using a level 4 lower spellcaster. So Ecclesia, you can special summon it for free if your opponent has more monsters than you, and just turn it into a Spirit Dragon. And also, we can activate it and get our related card here, the Fallen Albaz. Fallen Albaz, kind of like a budget version of Super Poly. You discard another card, and then fuse using opponent's monster to make the Mirror Jade. It's kind of our budget interaction package now that Mirror Jade is a budget card, at least this year. Let's continue. Normal summon the egg, send a Blue Eyes to the graveyard, send our Blue Eyes from the graveyard to the field. And what are we doing next? We are synchro summoning that Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, and our egg is going to activate in the end phase, getting the Jet Dragon from the deck. So eggs, also pretty good. Opponent, we got Droplet, we got a Spirit Dragon, we got a Jet Dragon. What are you going to do? Opponent, Lilith, Lady of Lament. Opponent is playing Dinomorpheus. Love me some Dinomorpheus. That means opponent's not going to be doing anything right now. So let's get the Azure Eyes. Summon a Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Opponent can only activate their traps in the main phase. So we actually do get priority to do one action before opponent can activate their trap. So I'm gonna special summon Ecclesia, or sorry, normal summon Ecclesia. We just regular normal summon Ecclesia. Now opponent gets priority, they can flip their Dinomorph traps face up. Here is the Frenzy. I'm gonna activate in response. What does Dinomorphia do? They summon a Dinomorphia, and then they summon another Dinomorphia, and then all our monsters can't activate their effects. So we gotta activate our effects now before that happens. We gotta get in before the negation happens. Fallen Albaz is here, and here's the Kentragina, and we can both activate now on the same chain here. We're gonna activate Fallen Albaz, fuse with an opponent's monster. Kentragina activate to summon the Dinomorphia Floodgate from the extra deck. But we have already activated the Albaz, and our effect is now going to resolve, fusing an opponent's monster and make that Mirror Jade. And Mirror Jade can banish opponent's Dinomorphia Kentragina, sending a random R rarity sprint to the graveyard. And that is a White Lightning to the face. Thank you, Incredible Ecclesia, for that very powerful Super Poly-like effect on a budget. Appreciate. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. Now, Konami, we talked about them doing bad things, alright. Current format is pretty rough. Alright, with the combos, and the new combo decks, the fire, you know, the fire-based combo decks. We got our Snake Eyes being more powerful than it's ever been before, and you know, a part of that is that Konami just likes to have one deck that's just way better than everything else. The Azumina stuff also very strong. Cheerlements though, you know, I still have a soft spot for Cheerlements. Cheerlements a bit of a fun deck. And they've been hit really hard. They only have 2 of their fusion monsters. So let's see if we can beat some Cheerlements. Going second though. Opponent gonna Rhino Heart. Fusion summon. Let's Bestial them. Banishing one of their Cheerlement girls is gonna make it a lot harder for them to play, because this one is limited to 1. So without this, they can only fusion summon once per turn. So Bestial coming in hot. Opponent does get to look at our extra deck and banish a card from it. Opponent, I don't know if they just didn't want to look at everything, But thankfully they banished our Mirror Jade tech card instead of the very important Blue Eyes stuff that we only have one of. Although maybe, you know, it's hard to know when you look at a deck like this. You look at an extra deck like this and you're like, oh god, that's one of everything. But we got 2 spirits. That's gotta give it away. Alright, anyway, opponent banished the Mirror Jade. Going into a Moon of the Close, whatever. And here it is, Fiendsmith, okay? Now, Konami, listen, alright? Listen. Should this be something that a deck can do? Alright, we interrupted their play, alright? And then they recover into what is essentially a game room winning combo. They make a Beatrice and get to Foolish Burial Goods, anything they want into the graveyard. Now, opponent summoning, alright, going into the sequence. Sequence is going to activate and summon from the graveyard, or summon a fusion monster. So, I am going to go spell this, or I'm going to go spell this effect. And we're going to hope that that's enough. But opponent has the finger. So opponent, they recovered, alright. We had our hand traps, alright. We had Bistral, we had Ash Blossom, and we have a Ghost Spell. And it was not enough to stop opponent. And now opponent gets to make their free Beatrice. So, you know what? Beatrice is banned in OCG and TCG. Because it's too strong. They get to activate Foolish Burial Goods, and they get to pair Foolish Burial Goods a second time. So there's the Shiren Fusion Summon. Making the Tearlament's Kikolos. It's not the end of the world yet, alright? It's not the end of the world. Because we got follow-up play. Ecclesia doesn't do anything now, because the Mirror Jade is gone. But it is still a monster we can use to make the Blue Eyes Link monster. So, you know, not the end of the world. And if this guy gets sent to the graveyard, we can send an opponent's monster to the graveyard. So we got options. Opponent, though, milling so many cards because the Beatrice got the Foolish Burial Goods them whatever they wanted. And the Kashtira is here now. So, Tearlament's doing Tearlament's thing. Although Tearlament's was fine. It was just it was the Fiendsmiths that made things a problem. Let's be real. Opponent gets to add 3 cards to the hand. Opponent gets to make an SP Little Knight, and that's going to banish our Bistral Duoswarm, meaning we no longer have a Bistral to send. But opponent still has the Beatrice second activation, a Fusion Summon again on our turn, and now they also have the SP Little Knight, and they have a set card. You know, we flip all their monsters face down with a Book of Eclipse, which could help us because we're going to need that Book of Eclipse effect to have our incredible Ecclesia summon the Blue Eyes monster, and then the Blue Eyes summon from the graveyard. So that is our plan. We'll see if it works. Because once we get that to go off, alright, we flip them all face down, we get our Blue Eyes monster onto the field, and once we have Blue Eyes on the field, Roar lets us summon a Blue Eyes monster, so we can get our Tuna, and maybe there's a small chance, if this is nothing, that we can get this to work. So we're going to activate Book, and opponent's last card is Ash Blossom. And this means that opponent has too many negates for us. We are now done. SP Little Knight plus the Tearlaments. That is too many negates. We're gonna send it home. So you know what? We almost had it. Almost. Maybe if we had 3 more pieces of hand traps in the opening, we could have got there. Opponent, you know, they wanted it more. Let's go on to the next one. All right, we've talked about this before. Hand traps that come from the bundles I'm running. If you have a hand trap, you can run it over this. You can run as many hand traps as you would like over the tech cards that are in here because they're from the free bundles. But I consider one of the bundle cards to be budget because it's so easy to get them, guaranteed. You just get packed and you get a free random hand trap. Opponent seems to have had a bricky start going first. Just summoning a Crimson Resonator. Let's just maximum punish. Oh, Ash Blossom, Ash Negate. Had a pretty good going second hand too with the Bistral, which we didn't get to activate. Let's summon the Neo Kaiser. Opponent with the Maximum C. Still not banned. Konami, what's going on? Why is this not banned? Why do we have 5 Maxis? So we're just gonna crash into this Crimson Resonator and not summon any more monsters. Let's set our Forbidden Droplet. Let's pass the turn. Loving the Neo Kaiser Seahorse, also very good Blue Eyes support. Opponent Emblema Oath. They are actually sneakily playing Centurions. Summoning the Centurion Trudea. We are going to Banish from the graveyard. that Resonator to get our Visual Druid Swarm on the field. So that now it's on the field. When it gets sent to the graveyard, we can send an opponent's monster to the graveyard. Opponent going into the True Dare activate, and let's just negate that. Let's negate, let's send. Is this the right opportunity to negate and send? Maybe, maybe not. But we're gonna go for it. Visual Druid Swarm got sent to the graveyard. Special Summon Monster gets sent to the graveyard. Opponent Crimson Gaia adding a Resonator. Summoning the Resonator, going to battle, crashing into the Kaiser Seahorse. And this seems like our opponent has lost the will to live. But we must make sure, right? We must make sure. So let's fire out the Paragraph map. Let's get the Sage. And opponent doesn't want to see it. They have definitely lost the will to live. And let's go on to the next game. Budget Blue Eyes does it again. The Blue Eyes set also had a card that will be useful in Shark decks going forward, and it is the 7th Tachyon. 7 Tachyon right now is complete garbage. Do not try and play it. But eventually it will be good, maybe, in Sharks. So, a card to watch out for. And finally we actually have our Maiden in the hand. It wasn't Ash Blossom once. We get to activate it. And what does Maiden do? Why are we running this? It is very good because you activate it in the hand or field, and you get to set your Blue Eyes card, your Blue Eyes trap face up. And that gives us some interaction. We got the True Light. True Light lets us set our Blue Eyes trap. That lets us pop opponent's cards. So opponent banishing the Maiden doesn't actually matter that much. We got Maiden's effect already to get the True Light out. So we get True Light. We get our additional summon of a tuner. We can target our Maiden here to get a Blue Eyes for free onto the field, which is very nice. Maiden resummoning itself from the original Maiden is the one we have on field. The old Maiden is the one in our banish zone now because of the Vishal. We are a little bit worried about this Vishal that opponent has. So I'm going to make the Ultimate Spirit Dragon negate. And I'm going to send our Jet Dragon to the graveyard. I'm going to summon Blue Eyes Jet Dragon onto the field. And I'm going to summon, instead of setting our trap, I'm going to summon Blue Eyes here so that I can link into a Link Spider and get rid of this Vishal with my Link 2 SP Little Knight, so that the Vishal Druid Swarm can't send my Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon to the graveyard zone. So we got a nice little field negate with the Spirit Dragon, and we got SP Little Knight to do a little dodge in. So overall, not a terrible board. We did give up on having our Blue Eyes pop trap, but we have a Book of Eclipse. We got an Ash Blossom opponent. What are you doing? Black Wings. You know how I feel about Black Wings if you've been watching the channel a long time. We don't like them. I'm gonna do a very hilariously silly play, which I should not have really done. But I'm gonna banish my own Ultimate Spirit Dragon off the field and banish opponent's Vada because they normal summoned it, and Black Wings often can't do any plays if they don't have a monster on field. Why didn't I just send my SP Little Knight to the banish zone? That is a question that I don't even know the answer to. Oh, opponent was negating it, that's why. Opponent targeted and negated it. There was a reason, It got targeted and negated. Okay. I think. We'll pretend that is what happened. Let's just summon some Blue Eyes. And forget about past possible mistakes. And just clear our opponent's board with a nice little White Lightning. Destroyed a card. Jet Dragon comes back. Budget Blue Eyes looking pretty hot. And that is some White Lightning, a lethal damage, which is always the goal of Blue Eyes. Get your 3 Blue Eyes on the field, get a little White Lightning attack, just live that OG Yu-Gi-Oh style. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. We got a nice little Meteor in the hand. We got our Paraviez map, and I already have 2 Sages in the hand, so I'm just going to search a Maiden instead of a Sage here. If everything goes well, we'll get our additional normal summon, and we'll get to summon this Maiden, potentially. Doesn't seem like opponent has anything, so we can maybe show off the full combo today. Mausoleum. Activate Maiden, get True Light on field. Additionally, normal summon. Target the Maiden. We're going to get Blue Eyes on field, Blue Eyes in the graveyard. There it is, Blue Eyes number 1. And Blue Eyes number 2 in the graveyard. Let's summon that other Blue Eyes. Let's summon the Maiden from the graveyard. So this is how Blue Eyes get summoned. Let's get the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Reduce the level. Very important. reduce the level, synchro summon using a tuner, a Blue Eyes, and the Kaiser Seahorse to make that Ultimate Spirits. We got Ultimate Spirit negate, we got Blue Eyes negate, we got Jet Dragon in the graveyard, we got the Blue Eyes trap. We got a lot. Field negate, graveyard negate, pop 2, summon Blue Eyes. We got a Nibiru. So that's quite a lot of pieces of interaction here. Let's see what opponent can do. Opponent, what can you do? Opponent, Lord of the Heavenly Prison, playing some sort of trap deck. Zombie World, activating 1/1. We're gonna let this go. Glow Bulb, summoning a Typhon. Let's pop. Opponent can no longer summon. We get to pop 2 cards. Let's pop that field spell, pop the Glow Up Bloom. Opponent Glow Up Bloom, vanishing in the graveyard. They cannot summon anymore, but we're going to activate. Stop them from getting the field spell. Activates Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Opponent going to fire up a Maximum C to draw 1 from our Blue Eyes summon here. And opponent's going to activate in their standby phase the effect of Doom King, because we have a field spell. But thankfully, Spirit Dragon can say no to that. Baldrack trying to come on the field. Spirit Dragon says no. And this looks like another White Lightning victory. Let's switch to attack. 9,000 damage. Let's get in with a White Lightning. You got to get maximum number of White Lightnings is the goal always with Blue Eyes. Love to see it. Let's go on to the next game. Into the next game. We got a great Blue Eyes hand. We got the Melody. Get to discard our Jet Dragon to add Alternative Dragon and regular old Blue Eyes to our hand. Let's do our Blue Eyes combo. Sage, Maiden, Link. Get the field spell. Activate the field spell. Additionally, summon a tuner. Or not. We don't even need to. There's no point, because we're going to send this to the graveyard. It's going to resummon itself anyway. Summon our Alternative Dragon. Summon our Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Summon our Maiden from the graveyard. Thank you, Maiden. Summon the Kaiser Seahorse, reduce the level. Summon our Ultimate Spirit Dragon negate. And activate, send a Maiden to the graveyard, because we already have our Jet Dragon in the graveyard. We're going to send an old Maiden. And we got Majesty, pop 2. We got Blue Eyes. We got Blue Eyes. Oh, just kidding. Hold on. Pop 2. Just kidding. It's actually pop 3. Because it says, show up to 3 Blue Eyes from your face-up monster zone, hand, or graveyard. And this is Blue Eyes right now. His name is Blue Eyes. So we got 3. 1, 2, 3 pops. Opponent with a Planet Pathfinder. Gonna activate, get a field spell. We're gonna let this go. We can negate the field spell. Numerons, have not seen Numerons in a very long time. Let's fire off Droll. Opponent, Triple Tactics cannot go to the hand because of the Droll. Setting a Heavy Storm to the field, not activatable because of the effect of Triple Tactics. Alright, because they're Drolled, they can't send it to the hand, and set cards cannot be activated this turn. Numeron Network, activating the effect to Numeron. We're gonna negate that. And if opponent has more stuff, we can pop their Numerons with the Majesty. Opponent, do you have a second Numeron? Ending the turn. Well, we know what's set. We know what Blue Eyes does. And we know what 10,500 damage does. Opponent, it's time to get Blue Eyes. There is no need to summon this right now. This is a flex. Synchro Summon the Spirit Dragon. Let's get in. 25, 35, White Lightning. It's just so perfect. I don't know how it happens so often with Blue Eyes. How do we always manage to have Blue Eyes on the field? In our Blue Eyes deck, it's great. Pure, just so amazing. Alright, I think that's enough Blue Eyes action for one day. Let's show off the full deck list. We'll go through it in detail. Let's go. Alright, full breakdown for the budget Blue Eyes. We got 2 copies of Blue Eyes. I don't know how to even count this because this one I got for free last year. If you don't have the free Blue Eyes, you can use a second copy of the structure deck to get a second Blue Eyes. So very easy to obtain this. So we got Blue Eyes, we got Blue Eyes. We got Effect Veiler from the bundle. We got Maiden, the Old Maiden. We got another copy of the Old Maiden. We got Triple of the Sages. We got Master with Eyes of Blue. This one is okay. This one you can activate in the graveyard. We got 2 copies of Egg. Egg is really good because Egg can get you your Jet Dragon for free, basically. We're not running the Blue Eyes that banishes spells, but maybe 1 copy of the Blue Eyes that banishes spells is pretty good. Maybe even better than Alternative. Never really used Alternative that much. Alright, 2 eggs though. We got 1 Maiden of White budget. If you have 3 Maidens, you play all 3. Ash Blossom from the bundle. Ghost Bell from the bundle. Fallen Albaz. Our budget interaction, alright, our budget Super Poly. With the triple copies of Incredible Ecclesia. So, you can play other hand traps over this. If you have Ash Blossoms, Maxis, Impermanences, this is a flex slot for interaction, and I picked some budget interaction to kind of not take away from the budgety aspect of the deck. Triple Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Triple Bestial, very good in this format. We have another Bestial Baldrake as well. Godorola, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. It's just a way to get rid of tower monsters that Blue Eyes can't attack over. Alternative Dragon at 1. Jet Dragon at 1. Nibiru from the bundle. We got the Melody. We got triple Peri-Res map. Very important even in non-budget Blue Eyes. We got 1 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. We got the Field Spell. We got a Book of Eclipse to flip things face down. We got Forbidden Droplet. Book of Eclipse, again, this is another one where it's like, oh, replace this with better cards if you have them. Droplet. We got an Impermanence, which if you're playing this deck and you're like, should I even run Impermanence? You should run Effect Veiler. Run 3 Effect Veilers before you run the first Imperm. Because Effect Veiler is a starter in Blue Eyes. Because you normal summon it, it's a spellcaster. And you can summon your Link. So yeah, pro tip. Imperm, not as good as Effect Veiler, but it's from the bundle, so we're playing it. Majesty with the White Dragons, that is very good, obviously. Popping opponent stuff. And a single True Light. Extra deck, we got 2 things to banish or send to the graveyard with Mirror Jade. That's why they're here. We got a Twin Burst Dragon we can summon for free by sending Blue Eyes. If we have 2 Blue Eyes on field, we can just send them. And this guy, if it attacks a monster that's not by destroyed by battle, banish the monster. So a way to get rid of difficult to destroy monsters that can't be targeted. We can attack into them with the Twin Burst, and it can't be destroyed by battle, and then you banish anything it can't kill. So that's why Twin Burst is here. Zerais. At 1, we got the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. We got Vermilion to pop things. Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign. This is from the last year's free deck, so if you have this, you can run it. If you don't have it, you don't have to run it. You can run other stuff. Probably run more of the Blue Eyes stuff before you run the first Sword Soul Sovereign. We got the Ultimate Spirit Dragon. We got a Super Starflare Typhon. This card is probably bad. You don't have to run this. It's kind of like gives you something to do if you're losing, and then you still lose when you summon it. We saw opponent do that actually. We saw the game where opponent summoned Typhon and then still lost. Alright, we got Link Spider, we got 2 Spirits, we got a Nightmare Phoenix to clear back row, and we got this Pila Knight. This card goes in every deck. Never cut this. Alright. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Budget Blue Eyes. If there's a card I missed, if there's a Budget Blue Eyes card I missed, definitely let me know and down in the comments so people who are building this deck can see how I messed up. And maybe if I ever revisit Blue Eyes, we'll include your suggestions down in the deck as well. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll try to be back again with another video, but Konami, like, please fix your game. Blue Eyes is a great card, a great step in the right direction, but maybe I should do a video on how to fix Yu-Gi-Oh, because the game has felt kind of stagnant for a few months with the boards that end in Appaloosa plus Baran plus you know, a bunch of Appaloosa 4 negate plus Baran. It's felt like this game has gone, so it went so far and then it went back to how it was like 2 years ago when the game was just someone goes first and makes 10,000 negates and then you don't get to play. So hoping Konami does some bans, aggressive bans to fix the format. Make it a little more interactive again, make the deck variety feel a little more like deck variety instead of having people end on the same boards. And budget decks like this, like Blue Eyes, are great because like we're never ending on Appaloosa Baran in Blue Eyes. We are ending on Blue Eyes Boss Monsters and Blue Eyes White Dragons, which is way more fun. Like I said, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time and have a good night.